started in Toulouse.
Wait, yeah. It's my pleasure to be here to talk to you about SmartConnect and the IoT space overall, and then our being in Toulouse, which is is a very good transplant for us. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Sahid as the IoT guy from Silicon Valley, but I don't think that a lot of people know who Sahid is. Could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I can tell you in so many words, I suppose. But now, my name is Sahid, and I'm a software engineer. I've been in the software industry forever. You know, we've worked from mainframes, done, end-to-end transaction processing. I've worked in the stock market, Visa, credit card, payment systems. That kind of background led me to develop software that end users can use to automate their environments, really, And this is where I am today. We've moved to France from Silicon Valley. My family and I have moved to France and live in Silicon Valley, the hub of technology. To come to France, I was looking for another technology place to basically land. And then here we are in Toulouse. And like I said, I have two kids and an engineer, and really looking forward to how we can contribute to economies and bring technology to people.
Nice. It's all about smart connecting.
Yes, about smart connecting, basically. Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
So you have started this company, and you've been doing it in the US and stuff. And where does your solution come from? What's the idea behind all this?
Well, everything started with I had to automate a project, and I was spending a lot of time paying an engineer to write the code to make small changes. So I thought that, hey, I can write software that can make the end user actually automate the environment. And the bottom line principle is that I always wanted to see how I can make computers work for people. So instead of somebody getting up, gonna go click on something or gonna go press a button or that, we have these computers, we have to walk to it, press something, log on. We want the computer to do the work for you. And this had been in the back of my mind for a very long time.
That's where you came from with this IoT idea.
The IoT is really an implementation of this idea, because if you want computers to work for people, the computers have to connect to sensors and monitor and control those sensors, so that people don't have to touch them, they don't have to think as much. Imagine you walk to your house and the door says, "Hello, Jerry." Just like your dog is happy to see you and opens the door for you, open itself for you. You don't have to put the key in, touch it, and open it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the computer is working for you.
So this is why IoT. Why you didn't choose another technology, and what made you choose to start a company exactly in this industry, this specific industry that I know that is pretty competitive with some big.
The chain in IoT is very long, from the sensor at the edge to the dashboard. It's a very long chain. It requires partnership, it requires relationship building, and different technologies to work together. And we started by because bottom line, we are capturing sensor data in the automation space, okay? And so we had the core part of the IoT, understanding the sensors. All right, to bring that data into the cloud, save it, do analytics on it, dashboard it. Those are probably the easy parts, really. So, okay. But it does require different technologies working together. And when we did that, it's just to prove that it works. Then went back to our core space, which is to capture the sensor data. So today, our focus and partnership we set up is to capture sensor data and make it available for storage, for analytics, for dashboarding. And this way, because our software makes it happen implicitly, we empower like system integrators to deliver on solutions, digital transformation solutions, which does not require custom work, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So, okay, we've been talking about IoT, but I think a lot of people don't know what IoT exactly is.
Yeah.
In your own word, how would you describe IoT? What is IoT?
Yeah. Well, simply put, IoT is an Internet of Things. Internet of Things simply means sensors being connected, and those sensors, the value is being realized, the parameters are being monitored, and when they change, your environment changes, and as such, you know when those parameters are changing, and then you can act appropriately based on that.
Okay, so it's all about connecting object-based, using sensors and everything?
It's about sensors, connecting those sensors, monitoring their values. When they change, appropriate actions are taken, either by the human being or machine to machine. They take action on that, basically.
Nice.
Yeah.
And now, you know it's about connecting sensors. People, I think there are some actors in the sectors doing the same thing. Yeah. But what is the very unique specificity of SmartConnect IoT?
All right. So in the industry, to capture sensor data, it requires engineers. You have to write custom code to connect to the sensors. There is diverse devices, engines, equipment, sensors out there. So each of them has a different protocol. They have different ways to connect to them. What we have done at SmartConnect is to write software that make that implicit, so people don't have to write custom code to connect to the sensors, basically. So what that does is it means that now IoT project can be more successful, cost effective, can be rapidly deployed because you don't need the custom work related to it. It removes the complexity that integration brings. The problems with choosing the type of hardware is all removed with our software and running on like Intel machines.
So you're making it, so your software make everything easier.
Easy, rapid, just like plug and play. Right, you need an electrician.
Like computer driver.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to write a driver to connect to these sensors, this equipment. The electricians plugs and play the sensors. The IT guy configures the IP addresses, and Bob is your uncle.
All right.
Yeah.
So right now you started in Toulouse. Right. And what is SmartConnect IoT goals?
Yeah, we have been in the States. We're marketing and working directly with clients and end users. And now our goal is to actually work with like system integrators. We empower them to deliver for their clients. The uptake in IoT and digital transformation is still not being delivered. The promise is not being delivered. We believe that we empower the system integrators, and they can then deliver digital transformation for their clients, for the industry, and they can do this rapidly, very cost effectively. And I mean, integrators have told us that with our solution, their projects are 6 times quicker, 9 times cheaper, and that's a big factor to help.
9 times cheaper.
Yes, to help with uptake of digital transformation and deliver for their clients, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I know you guys are doing a good job, and the fact one of the things is you're saying it in your name, SmartConnect.
Correct. Yes, SmartConnect meaning you smart connect to sensors, equipment.
So efficiency. It's all about efficiency.
It's all about rapidity. How you can do it rapidly, successfully, cost effectively, reliably, securely, and the data flows.
Nice.
You don't need engineering. You don't need custom software writing. You don't need head paid engineering. And integration is from the bottom, basically.
Just a small baby, a toddler could use the solution to connect anything?
Well, I would say, Jerry, I mean, it will work for a toddler, I'll say. But funny you asked that question. When I was developing the software, the interface, actually I used to get my stepson, he was 8, 9 years old, to come and play with it, to just play with the interface. And I said, if it works for him, if he gets it, it will work for people. And a few times, we have a user manual. So when I used to buy software, I used to tell the guys, if I have to read the user manual, I'll bring it back, okay? And it should be intuitive, right? Yeah. So one time we had a call with one of our lawyers, and I told him, I'll email you the user manual, but you should not need it. And actually after the meeting, he drove home in an hour, he sent an email, he said, I did not need a user manual. The interface is so intuitive, I could use it myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but why Toulouse? Why France? First of all, why do you choose France to get established, and why Toulouse exactly?
Well, in short, I think everybody knows France is proving to be a very tolerant place for startups. Okay. There's a lot of investment. Even my friends in the States are saying, oh, the French have been really invested a lot in startups and it's coming through. Is that why you are there? Well, I didn't know about that before coming. We moved here for family reasons. But when I got here, I realized that the startup scene is very vibrant, is very accommodating, So I talked to my partners in the US about how about we transplant our company and operation to France, And then after a little resistance, I was able to convince them, So the idea now was we're in France, basically. I've ended up in Toulouse. And the way I say is that, there's two new words I've coined. Metro sense, cosmos sense. So metro sense is that you make train stations, bus routes, It's not easy, but it's mundane, Cosmos sense is when you think about, the cosmos, how you set up space stations, occupy Pluto or Jupiter or Mars, whichever, And my experience is that when I interacted with people in Toulouse, I came across a lot of very smart people, cosmos sense kind of people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then in other cities, things were a little slower, much, much slower. And here in Toulouse, vibrant, young people, dynamic. Oh man, I couldn't ask for a better place to actually say, okay, I want to set up my company there,
Oh, so Toulouse is making things happen, right?
Yes, the people here I've come across, they make things happen. Other cities, I did my research. I talked to other people in other cities, and I'm not going to call names. I said, come tomorrow, next month, in Toulouse, very different kettle of fish, basically. And then not only that, no, there's a lot of industry, and people are really geared towards doing industry work, and making things happen, But above and beyond that, my wife is French. And then grew up in Grenoble. And she said, oh, the people are really nice. I said, really, what do you mean? She said, well, they tell us in school, people in Occitan. And I said, but now I know. I said, tell me more. And then, so when my wife says, people in Toulouse are nice, I'm like, okay, this is the place. So for the industry part, it was a given. And it took me a little bit, but once my wife really started talking to people in Toulouse, we were looking for a place to buy and all that, and she told me that it was then very easy to make a decision to move to Toulouse.
You're saying that people in Toulouse are nice. I have something to tell about that. Because when we take the bus, when we have the public transportation, in other cities, people get in the bus and they left and they leave and they don't say a word. But in Toulouse, I was surprised at the beginning when I arrived in Toulouse. I get in the bus, and when people were getting out, and they were like, they were saying, merci, au revoir. And I was surprised. I thought it was one time, 2 times, but at the end, I get used to it. Every time I take the bus, and when I'm leaving, I've been saying merci, au revoir, or
bonne journée,
bonne journée, bonne fin d'après-midi.
I need to experience this. I think I'm going to go for some rides.
Definitely.
I've taken the train a couple of times. I've not been on the bus yet. No, I took the bus once, but I was with one of the people and we were talking. I didn't pay attention.
Let's get back and you the entrepreneurship mood that you are in.
Yeah.
And you as a person.
Yeah.
What challenge did you have to overcome at the beginning of your journey? It's a pretty tough question.
Oh yeah. I mean, the point is that I'll tell you, I've been an entrepreneur. I think from day one. My parents ran a shop, so I knew how to do some business every time,
Yeah.
But so there's always going to be challenges. I mean, most of the challenges for people like me, we have a lot of ideas we like to implement. It's mostly, finding and working with the right teams and people. People come and go. People come, they think they're going to make a lot of money overnight, and it's not the case. You have some cosmos sense. You're going to be delivering them for a long time. You are in it for the long term. And then, so people come and go. Those can be challenging, Every new set of people, you have to train them, explain to them, convince them. It can be tiring sometimes, But sometimes once you get the right team, people to work with, things start to really take off.
So maybe they are part of the factors behind the success of SmartConnect. If you had to tell me the most important factor behind your success, the success of SmartConnect now, what would you say?
I would just say, diligence, stay in the cause. You believe in something, you have a vision, you stay with it. Like I said, people come and go. There could be funding, there's no funding, but, it's like I was saying earlier, you want to live here and go to Toulouse. How we get there is sometimes irrelevant. The goal is where you have to keep your eye on and work towards that goal. And some of my friends, they say, oh, you get up every day, you go to that lab of yours, you don't know you're going to get paid one day. You're going to say, I say, yeah, you must like what you're doing. I actually like what I'm doing. I'm trying to solve, I think, a big problem, And then they say, the only reason I get out of bed and go to work is because I know there's a paycheck. But it has to be above and beyond that,
Yeah, it takes resilience and consistency.
Yeah. And then you wake up 2 a.m., you're pacing the floor, you're in the shower, you're thinking, you take notes, you write things down, you have to, you work with people, and you don't know everything. You want to seek knowledge, you want to find out. All those things come together basically to help support when you want to solve a big problem, basically. Yeah.
Okay, let's say from your establishment, Toulouse, from the point you started, and what could you say about your partnership environment and with Vivinov, the IoT Valley, and stuff?
Well, I got introduced to quite a few companies in Toulouse, and a few clusters also for startups. And eventually, when I came to IoT Valley, I met a young fellow there, William, very knowledgeable about the industry. But for me, like I said, it's that partnership, getting the right teams. Very knowledgeable about the industry. I was like, wow, okay, this is the place. And the ecosystem there, from the edge to the dashboard, there are companies there making sensors, communication, storage, analytics, dashboard. Wow, this is the place, And everybody I've talked to there are very knowledgeable about the IoT industry. And then I had to look around and say, okay, we're all technical. How about the business space, And again, started talking to people, interviewing, and I came across in Vivinov, a very strong and knowledgeable team about the IoT space from a business perspective. So it's like really having two words come together, the technical world like in SmartConnect, working with like Vivinov, that have a very good knowledge of the business space for IoT, it's like a match made in heaven. So it was not a brainer at all to request that we start to work together with Vivinov, Yeah.
That's really a pleasure to work with you too.
Yeah.
You're very dynamic and you know what you're doing.
I hope so. I don't know everything, Jerry. I gotta tell you that. It's like you work with people. So it's like in football, right? There's a goalkeeper. Okay, he knows his goalkeeper, But you also need number 10 to score the goal. You know, so it's like it's a team. The world is a team place, collaboration. You know, and there's no good or bad person. It's just some people have more knowledge than others, and then what knowledge you need, you associate and bring that together and put that together. You know,
everybody do its part.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I have another question.
Yeah.
Knowing what you know now, is there anything that you would have done differently when you were first starting out? Anything that you would have done differently?
We all make a lot of mistakes, and I'll say the mistakes primarily come to a choice of partners sometimes, you know. You work with people or you don't pay as much attention, and then it doesn't quite work out. You know what I'm saying? But no love lost. You just know that you stay the course. This person, they have reached their limits. Maybe you expect that they can contribute to getting to the goal over the long run, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. But again, those are mistakes, and then sometimes maybe if you knew beforehand, you will get them on board. But sometimes you don't know these things. It's 2020, you know. Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, but overall, and honestly, I will say we all make mistakes, but at that time in point, I encourage my kids to think this way. At that time in point, you're making the best decision that with all the information you have. 5 minutes later, if you have different information, then you can change that decision. So it becomes a mistake or something you put behind you, and you learn from that and move forward. You know, you look for a better team, you look for a more consistent team, you look for people who, instead of just sweet talking you try to figure out they really know what they're talking about. And those comes with time, with experience, you know, that, okay, this guy is just sweet talking, this guy. But somebody like you who have done research in IoT, it's very easy to talk to you about stuff like this, you know, because you actually done a lot of research on it, you understand the marketplace, and with Vivinov, you guys know the market, the solutions, the technologies out there people are putting together, some of the problems that the technologies are having to transition into main place and all of that good stuff, you know. So, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you will, at some point, you wouldn't change a thing. You will keep learning from your mistake and move forward.
You know, really, you know, there's not much I would really say one thing I would change. It's just we learn as we go. And then things, you know, don't work out sometimes, and then you have to drop it and move on because you're heading to the goal, you know. You take a route that doesn't work out, maybe you have to back up and take the other route so that you get where you're going.
That's wise.
Yeah.
That's wise because,
you know?
If you don't make mistake, you won't learn.
Exactly. The guy who doesn't make him, he's not doing anything.
Yeah. and maybe if you had changed a thing, there are some mistake that you will then make, and you will then learn some stuff from it.
Well, you know the thing that Edison said was he knew how many thousand ways how not to make a light bulb.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's like, okay, it didn't work out. Hey, did you make a mistake? I don't know. You know, really a mistake is when I know that this is not going to work out, then you do it, you know. But you expect this stuff is going to happen, it's going to work out. It doesn't work out. You're doing an experiment, then you know, okay, this experiment is not going well. Now you know how it doesn't go well, then you try another one, you know. And human relationships can be complex, and then you just learn from it as you go ahead. At the end of the day, you know. Yeah.
Thank you, Sahid. That was nice to meet you today for this short interview. I look forward to meeting you at your office at the IoT Valley. Maybe you will offer us a visit at the IoT Valley in your office and everything.
Definitely.
And
we'd like to have you over. We'll do a demo and we'll show you how actually sensors connect. We can capture the sensor from the edge and show it on the dashboard, basically. Yeah. And we can do that anytime you want.
Well, thank you. I will definitely visit you for some demonstration.
Yeah.
And goodbye.
And the good part, what we can do over there also, we can actually show how IoT is applied to various different industries, transportation, remote monitoring, smart city project. We have the capability there to show the different aspects of IoT solutions and then what people are doing out in the world over there.
Thank you. I think it will be great if we could see how we can apply IoT to different industries like you said, in transportation, even in aviation,
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.